Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good. They're usually under the radar. Not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another update for you. And this is the brand Jean-Paul Dupont. Jean-Paul Dupont is originally was a French brand from France, but I think many years ago or a few years ago it was bought by a company in United Arab Emirates, and since then they've been putting out perfumes under this brand. So the brand itself established in 1980s, and it was quite successful in terms of perfumes in France, but for some reason it was bought by this company from United Arab Emirates, probably because they wanted an established name. But in the same time, this particular brand is very underrated, very unknown, very under the radar, especially in the fragrance community. Not many people talk about this brand. I unboxed and reviewed 3 of their perfumes before many years ago, and those were from their prestige line. So I think when first they bought the company, they bought the brand, they released these oud based perfumes, which were fantastic perfumes, amazing, especially for a price. They were retail for £150, but you could find them like much cheaper online. So when I saw this one for a very good price on eBay, I had to get it, and I am super happy that I bought this for the very good price, because this is an amazing perfume, especially for my taste, for my age, for my experience. So this one, I couldn't find anything about the release date, but on the bottle it says, in the bottom of the bottle it says it was produced in 2011. So this bottle in front of me is about 14 years old bottle. So I'm guessing this is how long ago it was in production. As far as I could tell, they are still in production, because they nowhere I saw that it says that this perfume has been discontinued. But in United Kingdom is almost impossible to find. The only thing is, if you are in Europe, in North America, and in Middle East, search it, and if you are interested, search it, see if it comes up and how much it goes for. So this beauty is called Jean-Paul Dupont, and this is Peerless pour Homme EDT, and is 100 ml. It says on an EDT, but it behaves more like EDP to my nose, because it's very long lasting. So the first thing first, the presentation is very simple, especially the box is very simple, but the bottle itself is very retro, it's very good looking. I love the design of the bottle. Is a bit cuckoo, a bit out there, but I absolutely love it. And it's a very heavy bottle. It's got this glittery thing on top, and it says Peerless pour Homme JPD, and basically the attention to details is amazing. Very nice looking bottle. So presentation was very nice. In terms of longevity, I'm very happy to report back this is a very good performer, almost is bordering beast mode. For Eau de Toilette, this is super impressive, especially for a fresh fragrance. Overall, I classify this perfume as fresh to semi-fresh perfume, and also I classify it as aromatic fougere. So this is very aromatic fougere-like perfume, although it's got many facets to it. So longevity, very good. On my skin went easily over 8 hours. On t-shirt materials goes easily over 10 hours. So very good performer. In terms of projection, I had an arm length of projection for around 3 to 4 hours. Yes, it's a very good massive cloud around you, massive bubble and massive trail. So it's a very heavy projector for the first 3 to 4 hours. Very, very heavy. I went, because I love the DNA of this perfume so much, I went crazy and I put 10 sprays on me, and that was super, super loud. So be careful if you are going to get it. Experiment, see how much is ample enough for you, and take it from there. So again, in terms of performance, excellent. In terms of age, this is definitely on the mature side, because it has got some very classical element in here. Very classical, very reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery in here. So that's why it is on the mature side. A mature nose will appreciate this better, in my opinion. I would say at least 25 and older, if not 30 years and older, to be on the safe side. In terms of gender, this is very, very masculine. This is uber masculine to my nose. But again, if you're a lady and you like this kind of perfumes, who am I to deny you? As always, perfumes, smells, scent, fragrances don't have gender. It's all marketing BS. If you like perfume, wear it. If you don't like perfume, don't wear it. As simple as that. In terms of occasion, this is super, super opulent. So it's very good for going out, for evening, for special occasion, for close encounter, for special occasion. Very, very opulent. It's very manly. It's very suit and tie like a perfume to my nose. And in terms of season, this is all year round. So you can use it summer, in winter, no problem. In summer, less sprays. In winter, more sprays. It's got some freshness to it that you can use it in summer, and it's got some depth and complexity to it that you can easily wear it in winter as well. So for that, it's very, very versatile. So let's go to the perfume itself. The perfume itself, in my first video, I said this reminds me of 3 perfumes, and I stick to it. So the first one, which is this one, strongly reminds me of it, is Jean Louis Vermeil. Jean Louis Vermeil Pour Homme, and that was a beautiful perfume that had a huge following, but unfortunately many years ago was discontinued, and it had like a cult following for it. And this one is very, very similar to it. I would say 90% similar to that one. The other one is Pour Louis by Oscar de la Renta, although maybe less similarity, maybe around 70% similarity to that one. But again, when I smelled that, it reminded me of that perfume, because of the masculinity, and the DNA of this perfume is very, very reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery. And the other one, which is very, very interesting, and that is Van Cleef and Arpels Pour Homme. And that one again had a big, big cult following, still does, me included, and unfortunately discontinued many years ago. And today, if you find it online, it's very, very expensive. This one is very similar to that one. I say around 70% again similarity to that one. So you can tell where it's going. And also, when I smelled it, it reminded me of 2 sister houses like Ted Lapidus and Jack Bogart, because the perfumery in here is very reminiscent of those 2 perfume houses, because those 2 perfume houses are very unique, and also very artistic and very unusual, and this one is quite on that category. So if you like what I mentioned, you love this. If you can find it, again, do your research, Google it, be patient, and see if it comes up. I'm so happy to have it myself, but I cannot tell you where to go and buy it, because it was when I search online, it's almost impossible everywhere to find it. So let's see what's the smell like. So when it opens up with a huge citruses. It's like layers of citruses, and the citruses in here are very grounded, so they don't run away, they don't get sharp, they don't get too basically bitter, because underneath them is so many herbal aspect in here. So it's very herbal, it's very green, it's very leafy, it's very camphorous, and that camphorous, leafy, herbal feel, it grounds those citruses and makes it very, very interesting. After the big citruses, by the way, the citruses stay there for a huge amount of time, which is super impressive. I think at least half-life of this perfume, the citrus are there, which is unheard of, because citrus is usually are very volatile and they disappear quite quickly, and here they stay there for a very long time, and it's very impressive. So as well, the same thing with herbal notes. The herbal notes stay there almost to the end of this life of this perfume. Again, very interesting. Absolutely gorgeousness. So underneath those two, which opens up with these two, there are some heavy hitters like patchouli. The patchouli in here, giving it the depth, the complexity, the earthiness, the little bit of chocolatey feel to it as well, and also a little bit of darkness to it. Overall, this perfume is fresh to semi-fresh to my nose, but it's got a hint of darkness in the base, which makes it very interesting. I smell some leathery aspect in here, which is not mentioned in the note breakdown. I found only one note breakdown for it on Perfumo, and I think it's semi-correct, but it's not correct, okay? To my nose, this one's got leather in the base and also a little bit of herbal tobacco in the base, which is again very interesting and makes it multifaceted. Also, there is an element of amber in here, but the amber in here is quite fluffy and airy and effervescent, which is again adds to the complexity of this fragrance. So according to Perfumo, again, I'm not sure how correct this is, but it's got some correct aspect to it to my nose. So we have on top bergamot, lemon, lime and mandarin. In this four citruses, when it opens up, the biggest play is the lime. Lime was very utilized in many perfumes in 60s and 70s, and that's why I say it will give me the feel of 70s and 80s perfumery, because the lime in here is very dominant in terms of citruses. In the mid, they say we have coriander, freesia and moreen notes. Coriander, definitely I smell something like rosemary as well, and also sage. So sage, rosemary and coriander in here, giving a very herbal, green, almost vegetational feel to it, very leafy, very camphorous feel to it as well. Freesia, to be honest with you, this perfume has got some softness in the mid, but I cannot pinpoint exactly what kind of floral it is. I take their word for it. They say Freesia, but again, it adds to the complexity of this fragrance. But overall, this perfume, this fragrance is not floral. The floral gets lost. It's just way in the background. Moreen notes, yes, I get some aspect of wateriness, some aspect of like a fresh water rather than seawater, but the very apparent watery aspect to it as well. In the base, we have Cedar, Musk and Patchouli. The Patchouli by far the biggest player in the base, plus the Oakmoss. The Oakmoss is huge in here. Again, the Oakmoss they utilize in here is very reminiscent of 70s and 80s perfumery. Very strong Oakmoss in the base. That makes it a very masculine feel to it. And the Oakmoss in here is very earthy, is almost rock smell to it, very little bit of watery feel to it, and also mossy overall. The musk in here, from the beginning to the end, little bit of muskiness on the tone, but it's very clean. And cedar sandalwood combination in here to give it that woody base to lift everything and carry everything together, and that is the making it a long lasting as well. And the woods in here are quite clean as well. I feel some big spicy aspect to this perfume, which they're not mentioning in the note breakdown. At least a combination of nutmeg and cinnamon. Yeah, definitely nutmeg and cinnamon combination in here to give it that beautiful warm spiciness. And also some leathery aspect, which you're not mentioning. I get some leathery aspect, but the leather in here is mainly in the background and it's quite soft, and again is a reminiscent of 70s and 80s leather rather than today's leather, which is very strong and in your face. Back then leather was mainly in the background, and this is how they managed to do it in here. The tobacco feel, again, is a herbal tobacco rather than a pipe tobacco or sweet tobacco. Overall, this fragrance got some sweetness to it, from 0 to 10, 10 being the sweetest. I would say moderate, around 5 to 6. So it is a hint of sweetness in here to balance everything again, but it doesn't take over. It's not a sweet fragrance per se. So if you like what I described, this is a beauty in a bottle. I highly recommend it. just I was looking for a backup bottle for this to buy another one. I couldn't find any, so I loved it so much I had to get a backup bottle for it. So this is a definite super hidden gem, which is unfortunately very difficult to find. Again, in your country, in your area, search it, see if it comes up. In the Middle East, in Europe, in North America, I think they are still available. Don't quote me on that, but just do your research. Overall, this is a beautiful amalgamation of classical, masculine, little bit of that green herbal feel, and also spicy, very citrusy, very earthy, very green, very mossy, and a little bit watery aspect to it. So if you like this kind of perfumes, this is a perfect example of perfection in a bottle. Whoever put this perfume together, they deserve a medal. It's that good. I give it 10 out of 10 from beginning to the end. Gorgeousness, at least for my age, for my nose, for my taste. Okay, so this is could be an acquired taste, because again, 70s and 80s perfumery was an acquired taste. So don't go and jump on it and say, oh, now it's this and that, because this is for me as a person who love this kind of genre. I love this one as well. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you have anything else from this brand, Jean Paul Dupont, let us know your experience as well. That would be good as well to read. If you are interested in purchasing one of my own perfumes, I'm a perfumer myself. I make my own line of perfumes. I'm the perfumer, I'm the artist, I'm the worker. So they are true handmade perfumes just for you lucky people in United Kingdom. I'll leave them in the link. They are ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money. They smell great. They are very artistic and unique, and I put more than 60% pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of. And that makes them very, very unique and artistic, and also very big and bold, and very, very they are like time capsule. They take you different places, different time. Okay guys, as always, please don't forget to hit those buttons to support me. Thank you for your watching. Thank you for your love and support, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.